Kristen. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Summer, nice to meet you.
Kristen, nice to meet you.
Thank you. All right, if you don't mind, follow me. We're going to head back to my office.
Okay.
All right, so here we are. Take a seat wherever you'd like, and we can get started.
Okay.
Perfect. I'm just going to sit right here next to you then. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. Like I said, my name is Summer Buchanan. I'm going to be helping work with you this week and for a couple weeks forward, whatever you choose. So what do you go by?
You can just call me Kristen.
Okay, great. So before we get started, how are you feeling today?
I'm a little nervous. You've never been in this situation.
Yeah. Is there anything that I can get you to make you feel more comfortable?
I'm okay right now.
Great. I do have a glass of water if you would like it. If you're a little thirsty or whatever. And just let me know if you need anything else.
All right. Thank you.
Great. So before we get started, there's some things that I have to go over with you legally to talk about, and then I'd love to give you the stage to tell me whatever's going on. But let me just start with that. So this is where we will be meeting every time you come in. So this is my office. We have, this couch and this one as well, and you can choose wherever you want to sit each week. It's up to you. But this will be my office. And I'll always be here. And then I also did want to talk about some of the legal things that we do have to go over with you. So if I ever think that you're in imminent danger of yourself or anyone else, I do have to report that. It's state mandated, but I'm sure we won't have any problems with that. But another thing that I do have to report is if there's any type of child abuse or elderly abuse. Again, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that, so that's going to be great. For this specific clinic, we do have some policies. So if you're late, you just need to call my personal number, which I'll get that to you at the end of our first session. And you can just give me a call, text me, whatever works best for you. And then also, if you have to cancel, though, completely, you do need to call our office, and they'll relay that back to me. Depending on how far in advance or so that you do call or let us know, there might be a late fee, but we'll work with you. And we also do want to still meet with you regularly, so if you do have to cancel one time, just let me know if there's a better day that works for you. And throughout our sessions, if something does come up or change or a different day works better for you, then just let me know and we can go ahead and change that. I'm more than willing to work with your schedule here. So I think that really talks about everything that I need to lay out on the table. If you don't mind just giving me a brief overview of why you're here today.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure where to go, whatever. I'm a freshman in college, just, moved out of my parents' house and everything, and I started dating this guy, and it was just we were only together for a month and a half, not very long at all. And it was a couple weeks ago when we ended things, and I was starting to notice, a few days ago, I was late on my period, just different things, kind of feeling nauseous. I thought maybe I was just stressed out or something, school and everything.
Yeah.
So I finally took a test and it came back positive, and I don't know, I just kind of was worried and I didn't believe it at first. So I went to my doctor yesterday and they did a blood test and they said that I'm 5 weeks pregnant, and then they referred me because I literally have no clue what to do at all. Mm-hmm. So they just referred me to speak with you to kind of feel where my head's at type of thing.
Okay. So from what I gathered, you're a freshman in college. What's your major?
Undecided right now. Not really. I'm just a lot,
Yeah, and you've got time to figure it out. A lot of freshmen are undecided. Where do you go to school?
I go to NKU right now.
Oh, great. Do you like it there?
I do. Yeah, I really like it there. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So you go to NKU. You're a freshman. You're undecided, which is totally fine. You've got plenty of time to figure it out. And So you dated this guy for a month and a half, you'd say?
I mean, like, we kind of just met, like, at the beginning of the year, and, neither one of us really knew a lot of people, so it just seemed comfortable, and it wasn't long at all. It was nothing serious, obviously, but.
Okay, so you guys broke up. Now, if you don't mind me asking, you don't need to answer if you choose not to, but what was the reason for breaking up?
I think it was just more like the more he met people, the more I met people. We just realized that, we just jumped into it. And like I said, we just, we've only been in college for a little bit. And I think we just dove into the first thing we knew. And it just, it was nothing bad. It just didn't work.
Well, I'm glad that it didn't end on a bad note. So you just found out when did you find out you were pregnant?
I found out on Tuesday that I was pregnant, and then I went on Wednesday to my physician and then confirmed it, and this was like the earliest I could see doing
it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Did you by any chance sign a document with your physician that would allow myself or any other person that like a service or resource to be able to see that document that you are pregnant?
Yeah.
Did you give a release?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Would you mind if maybe I requested that information just so that I can give it to other resources that we may use or other services?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then do you also at the end of this I will have you fill out some paperwork. I don't like to bog people down with paperwork when they first come in, so I kind of do that towards more the end, but I'll give you maybe a release so that if I do reach out to services and resources, if that would be okay if I could release that information.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that a little bit later, but so you've been pregnant for 5 weeks, you just found out this week. How are you feeling?
Nauseous. I just don't know. I mean, like, my body is kind of feeling okay, I feel like I'm not far enough along to really notice much, but it was just, like I said, I was just stressed out, my period was late, that's the only reason why I really checked, but, I don't know, I think I'm just nervous and confused, and I really don't know what to do at all, so.
And that is completely understandable. I know that this can be a tough situation for you. You've got a lot of head, and it's a big decision to choose what you're going to do for the next step. But that's why I'm here, hopefully, to help you. Now, my role is not to tell you what to do or to give you what I think or what I would do. My role in this scenario is that I'm going to give you resources and services that you can look into. And depending on what you want to do, we're going to kind of follow that as our path to determining what our next step is and then further on and further on. So this is definitely something this is more of a conversation. I want to know how you're feeling and what your thoughts are, and then I may give my professional advice, but it's going to be geared towards your goals. So I just want to let you know that. And so I understand where you're at and how you're feeling. Is there, how do I say this? You've got a lot going on. You've got family, you've got friends, you've got college, now you've got an ex-boyfriend, and now we're pregnant. How is this maybe affecting other aspects of your life, or how could it affect other aspects of your life?
I mean, like, right now, I've just been really stressed out about everything. I feel like I don't know. Like, I really haven't had my mind on school or anything right now. It's just kind of like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Type of thing. And like, I'm kind of embarrassed to tell people. Like, I haven't told my family. And I told the guy because I felt like, he has the right to know. And he was just kind of, he didn't really want anything to do with it type of thing. He said, what you decide is okay. If you need me there, just let me know. But he's very just, your body, you do what you need to do type of thing. And I guess I appreciate that, but I was kind of hoping to have more of a support from him. But I just feel like with school and everything, like I can't focus right now. And is just a lot that I'm unsure about.
Yeah, and I was asking you about your feelings, but we hadn't gotten to the guy yet. You mentioned that he's kind of whatever you choose is up to you, and that can be good in an aspect. I want to focus on the positives because through any type of problem, when you look at the positives and the strengths of both you and the situation, we can really pull a lot from it. You've gotten this far. I'm assuming, or I don't know if I should assume, have you been pregnant before?
No, this is the first time.
So this is your first time, but you've got yourself to college, you're making friends, you're doing great things. So you're obviously a very strong woman, and I know that you can make it through this and, not only make it through this, but have the best decision for you. So it is good that he is giving you options and he's allowing you to take care of yourself and of your body and of this child. But I can see that there's a little bit of lack of support. And luckily that's something that I can help you with, is here to be someone who can support you. Now, you said that you don't really know what to do at this point. Do you have any ideas to what could maybe be the best solution, or maybe do you have any solutions on the table as of now?
I mean, at a point where I'm at right now, it kind of feels like my only option is to not go through with the pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, I just started college. I don't even know what I want to do with my life yet, and I feel like if I threw like a baby into the mix, that would just make things even more confusing. And I have a family that's very supportive and very loving, but I don't know how exactly they would react and things. And I just feel like the easiest option would be just to end the pregnancy.
Okay. And that's definitely an option. And you said they give a loving and supportive family. When we're making a big decision about things like this, I sometimes want to see if it is an option to involve your family, only because they can be another support system for you, but at the same time you do need to look at would that cause you anguish or anxiety to tell them. So like I said again, I'm just laying out your options, and then you would then choose what's best for you. But I definitely think that we should keep meeting. We should keep talking, because this is not a light decision to be made. We can look at different resources and services. What about maybe, and I'm just putting this out on the table, maybe just looking at your options in the aspect of calling a planned pregnancy or talking to other women that have been in your position, to see, how they felt. I do want you to be aware of maybe the feelings that would happen after an abortion. But then also maybe talking to a young mother who was in college that did have a kid and did have that baby, and talking about how her feelings and how it's affected her life. So I think we do need to involve other services, just because I think I can give you resources and I can give you access to those services, but I'm not necessarily trained like someone who works at an abortion clinic or someone who works at a planned pregnancy. They work on this on a day-to-day basis, and I want the professionals in your life right now to be an expert at what they work at. So how do you think about maybe getting in contact with maybe a planned pregnancy and talking then to other women, or just talking to an expert who works with other women that have done different avenues, maybe to help you or to just give you information about your different options? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be really helpful. I think my only concern is I'm just afraid if I do choose to go with an abortion, like I don't want it to be a drug out kind of scenario, and then I feel like the longer it goes on, like the harder it will be type of thing. So is that something that like I could get into like next week type of thing, or is this something that's going to be a long process?
So what I would do from today's session is I would give you the contact information, and then so it's kind of like homework. I would then give you a task, and I would give it to you. We would talk about a task that you would do before our next session. Did you want to meet with me next week?
Yeah, absolutely.
And okay, so within the next week, before I see you next, you can give them a call, stop, and that would just be something that you would do outside of what we're doing. So that would be maybe your task this week, if that's what you wanted to look into, was maybe an abortion clinic. Is that what I'm hearing from you?
Yeah.
Okay. So we do only have about 5 more minutes to talk. So I like to use these last couple of minutes to plan our next meeting. And you just mentioned to me that you would like to speak with an abortion clinic. So I'm actually going to give that resource for you, so that you can give them a call. Actually, I want to step over here really fast, if you don't mind. And I'm going to grab that phone number and a person whom I'm in contact with that you can actually call yourself. So be just a moment. All right, Kristen, and here's that for you. Miss Suzanne would love to speak with you. She works in the office. I've worked with her before. I've had other clients work with her, and I've only heard great news. And I do want to let you know that as someone that you're coming to and speaking to, I am here for you. If you decide that after speaking with her, you really need to talk to somebody, just give me a call. Even though you won't see me for the next 7 days, if you really just need to talk, just give me a call. In that paperwork that I'm going to be giving you, you'll have my name, my phone number, again, the address to here. Which, by the way, did you get here okay?
Yeah.
Where the directions are right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So today we kind of talked about how, you're in school, you're going to NKU, you're undecided. You had a boyfriend for about a month. You guys, had an unplanned pregnancy. You're about 5 weeks pregnant. You just found out. The option that really is sticking out to you is maybe terminating this pregnancy. So based upon that, we decided that you would call an abortion clinic. I gave you that phone number. And so you're going to do that within this time frame of today and our next meeting, whatever works best for you. This time next week, next Friday, same time work for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. I'm glad. So I really would like to see if you have anything to ask me, or any feedback for me.
Yeah, I think giving me Suzanne's number will be really helpful for me. Like I said, I don't have a lot of people to really talk to, so I think just being able to have somebody that I can go to will be really helpful. So I really appreciate the help and having some support in my life right now.
Awesome, and I'm glad to be that. And like I said, I definitely don't want to impose, but if this is something maybe you think that your family could help you out with, I would love to have that strong family system in your life. You did mention that they were very loving and supportive, and in these times, especially in crisis times, I have found with other clients that having their family as a support system is just very beneficial. But that is definitely up to you. Do you have any final questions for me? Any concerns?
I think so. No.
Well, it was so nice meeting you. I had a great time. I will be seeing you next week around this time. Please do let me know if you have any questions after you talk to Suzanne, or if you just want to talk about it. But other than that, I will see you next week, and next week we will be talking about what maybe the conversation was like, and then I definitely do want to talk about maybe what the next immediate step would be. You did mention that you kind of want to move into this rather quickly and not drag it out due to some stress, and so I want to keep this flowing. So definitely have goals and agendas for next week. I think would be great. So is that it for you today?
Yeah, I think that's all I needed.
Well, it was so nice meeting you, Kristen. I'm gonna walk you out if you don't mind. So just follow me.
All right. you.
You're welcome. You have a great day. I'll see you next week.